everybody. Tom Barnish, Chicago scene in the Southport neighborhood at BabyDolls Boutique. And check out this mural. It is whimsical if I have ever seen it. And this store was birthed out of a love of all things babies and moms and being pregnant, and also a little Chicago love, because the young lady that owns this store loves Chicago, loves babies, loves the whole thing, and that is Vanessa. How are you, Vanessa?
I am great. Thank you. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. So this store, I can't believe you've been here. You said 12 years you've been here, and it's my first time talking to you, but this is an amazing store. It's like a little, it's like a trip for kids to come to, like, you know, when equivalent to like going to a little amusement park, because there's a lot of stuff in here for them to do, but a lot of stuff for moms to do, right?
Absolutely. I call it like a little safe haven where you can just kind of escape the real world and come into a little magical place where things are just pretty and sparkly and unique, and that's probably what we pride ourselves the most on.
Yeah, and not only that, but you also pride yourself on making handmade items, which is far and few between these days, especially in the city where, you know, there's a lot of big box stores where they have, you know, things made in bulk, but you have seamstresses here on staff. You do things yourself, and there's lines that are your idea and they're being sold here on the shelves, right?
Absolutely. So I created Pink and Blue, which is my label, and like you said, everything is designed by me. I pick out the fabrics, and then they go to a team who, I know all the women who sew them, and they're all moms at home who are also raising little babies, but can kind of do this as a side gig.
And this is all happening here in Chicago, which I think is awesome, because you just don't hear that very often.
That's correct. Yes, it is all handmade here in Chicago, which is amazing for me.
And we're right by some of the things that you have. Why don't you point out some of the things that you have here for people who might be shopping?
For sure. This is probably one of my favorite pieces, Tom. And this is a little reversible poncho. All the fabrics are designer fabrics, and the designers only make a certain amount of them, and then once they're done, they just won't remake them again. But this guy just kind of flips right over from the print side to the solid side. So if you want a little bit of variation, there's that.
Man, I wish they made that when I was when I had younger kids.
Right? And then this is another one of my favorites, Tom. This is the reversible apron dress as well. And so this guy kind of does, you know, the same exact thing. So print side and then the solid side. So the hope is for them to get at least a couple years out of them, because once it, you know, grows out of being a dress, it can become a top, a tunic with leggings, jeggings, jean skirt. So yeah, pretty versatile.
Right, and versatile is kind of the theme of the story, because like you said, you sell things not just for right now, but things that kids can grow into, and you have little things throughout the store that feature the Chicago flag, because we talked about that. A lot of made in Chicago pride in the store as well.
Absolutely. So I was born and raised actually in this neighborhood, Tom, and so I definitely am very prideful of my city in general. And so I think what makes us stand out in particular is that nobody else has the majority of these pieces, because they're all handmade and all of them are exclusive to the boutique as of right now, quote unquote. So right,
but you do have an online presence as well. What's the website for that, real quick, before we get going?
Absolutely. So it's www.babydollsboutique.com.
And you have all these things mostly that are in the store on there as well. And it's not just for little kids either. This is for mom too, to kind of maybe buy something special for herself. Or if there are any dads or partners watching who want to buy mom anything, you have a lot of jewelry here. Some of it handmade, some of it of different variations. Talk about that.
Yes, absolutely. So there is a mix with fashion pieces that are a little bit more you know, for the moment or for the season, but then there's the handmade pieces that are made by different designers, who I probably have over, I don't know, maybe 30 designers who custom make a lot of the pieces, and those are probably the ones that I sell the most. And they're more unique, more dainty, more, I think they're just more amazing, pretty.
And this isn't something that you necessarily started out as, because we were talking earlier off camera. You were in politics before. You worked for architectural firms. You've done a lot of things that was nothing close to this. And then, life being life, and you see certain parts of life, you're like, you know what? I'm going to start this because this is what truly makes you happy.
Absolutely. I've always said that the day that I am no longer loving what I'm doing, I will go back to the corporate world or the political world, but I'm very happy with what I do. I love what I do, and it really makes my heart flutter on a daily basis. So
well, that is fantastic. And you did this for 12 years, and you are still doing it for 12 years and going forward. And then you decided, you know what, I'm going to write a book. But the book was a labor of love because it took a couple years to get it going. But people might recognize some of the artwork in there because the artwork that was on the wall that I showed earlier is the same illustrator that's in this book called Chicago Loves Me, correct?
That is absolutely correct.
Hence
Chicago Loves Me.
The sweatshirt you're wearing there.
Yes.
Talk about that.
Yeah, so Chicago Loves Me is my current labor of love, and it's a little adventure about a little baby who is going to go to bed, and his mommy and daddy are putting him to sleep, and he goes and he visits all the historical landmarks in the city, and he has a very special friend with him in the book that I won't give too much of it away, but it's darling, and the ending is absolutely amazing, and I think it's a book that everybody will fall in love with, and hopefully it'll become a family favorite in the kids library.
And is that something that people can buy right now online?
Yes, absolutely, at www.lovesmebooks.com.
It's been a pleasure talking to you. You got people here. Go ahead and get those people. Go ahead. It's okay. I'm going to show them right there. They're ready to come in. The TBARNAS at WGNTV.com is the Chicago scene. Things are happening here. Barnes at WGNTV.com if you have a suggestion for the Chicago scene. Thanks, everybody. Chicago loves you.